Welcome back, family, to FactorIt Media's Voices of the Forgotten, where we uncover the hidden truths and Afrocentric roots of the Bible. Today, we explore the Book of Tobit, a story of faith, resilience, and unwavering commitment to community. Let's begin with Tobit 1:7. I, Tobit, walked in the ways of truth and righteousness all the days of my life. I performed many acts of charity to my brethren and my nation, and I gave alms generously to my people. Tobit's story unfolds during the Assyrian exile, a reality faced by African and Semitic peoples throughout history. His charity reflects the African principle of Ubuntu, I am because we are. Even in exile, Tobit saw his connection to his people as sacred. Family, doesn't this remind you of our ancestors? They too held on to their communities despite colonization and displacement. Verse 8 continues, When I was in the land of the Assyrians, I was with my fellow exiles, and when I heard about their troubles, I fasted and prayed. Imagine Tobit, surrounded by his displaced people, fasting and praying for their struggles. This reflects our traditions, the griots, priests, and prophets of African societies who interceded for their people through spiritual practices. Verse 9 shows Tobit's courage. I gave my food to the hungry, my clothes to the naked, I buried the dead, and raised the fallen. In African cultures, burial practices are sacred, connecting the dead to their ancestors. Tobit's actions reflect this tradition, even under Assyrian rule. Family, this wasn't just faith, this was revolutionary love. Verse 10 shifts the story. When Sennacherib, king of the Assyrians, came and carried away the inhabitants of Israel, I was alone, and there was none to help me. From the transatlantic slave trade to today's struggles in the diaspora, displacement and isolation are stories we know. Verse 11 says, But I kept the commandments of the Lord and walked in his ways. Even in exile, Tobit preserved his identity. This reminds us of our ancestors who held on to their languages, traditions, and faith under oppression. Tobit's obedience was resistance. Finally, verse 12 ties it together. All my days I blessed the Lord my God and did good to my brethren. I never turned my back on them. Tobit didn't just survive, he served. So, family, let's reflect. How can we draw strength from our ancestors' resilience? How can we serve our communities today? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to FactorIt Media. To support this work, donate via Cash App at FactorIt Media. Until next time, walk in faith, live in truth, and remember, we are the voices of the forgotten. Amen.